Hey guys, today I'm here to do a very low-key wrap-up for BooktubeAthon. I am very proud of myself because I managed to read all the books I wanted to read. Like, I set a TBR and I stick to it, and I did it. So let's talk about the books. I don't have them here because, as you may know, I'm traveling from one place to another one, and so I didn't pack all the books just to show them in this video, but I wanted to film this right now because if I film it on the weekend when I'm at home, I can only edit it next week when I'm back here, so that's a little bit too late for what I want. So this is going to be what you get. Okay, so let's talk about things. The first book that I read was The Body Book by Cameron Diaz, and this had 258 pages in total, and I read a little bit of that book every single day. My goal was to read 37 pages every day. Didn't always stick to that, but I managed to stick to quite well. Even on the day that I read the least, I still read a little bit of the body book. So that was very good. This book was very inspiring. It really just made me evaluate my nutrition and my physical activities a lot more, and I actually want to get a little bit better, so that's why right now I'm cooking up some rice instead of pasta. So yay for that. But yeah, it was a very interesting book, and definitely one that I will come back to and that I will have a little bit of a flip through again and again. So that was a book that I finished on the last day, on Sunday. The first book I actually finished was, and the body book was my book for a book with the challenge, a book with a person on the cover, so the first challenge. The first book I actually finished was Charlie Bone, the first book, and that I finished on Tuesday. I read this on 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. It had overall 347 pages. I'm sorry, I'm looking there, but that's where I have all the stats. And I read half of it on Monday and the other half on Tuesday. This book was very enjoyable as well. It was very lighthearted. I liked the characters. They were quite quirky. It had a little bit of a Harry Potter feel to it, but it wasn't Harry Potter. Like, it has things that might sound similar, but it still is completely its own thing. Already got the second book from the library, and I'll probably read it with my friend Sabrina, who has her own booktube channel called Look at My Books. We'll probably read that together in August if we can manage to team up. We'll see. So yeah, that was a great book, and that was my book for the challenge. Character that is very different from me because he is a small boy who discovers that he has some kind of a magical ability, even though the magic is a lot different there. Okay, now I have to check my rice. Okay, so moving right along. The next book I finished was the Goosebumps book. I read Stay Out of the Basement, which is the second English Goosebumps book there is. I read this for the book that I read on one day, and I read 118 pages of that on Wednesday, and that's all the pages it has. So that was a very enjoyable read for like nostalgia reasons, but it's not my favorite Goosebumps book. I give it around 3 stars because for the series I think it's rather weak. I just don't like the topic of like the plants and stuff. I don't know, it's just not my thing, I guess, because I don't like stories about the crazy scientists, because I am a scientist and I'm not crazy. I'm not. So yeah, that was the third book I finished and the third challenge. Then after that, I think I finished Chi next. Chi, the little cat, or something like that. I don't know what the English title actually is, but it's kind of a comic, kind of a manga, somewhere in between. It's about a little cat, and this had 159 pages, and I read all of these pages on a sunny morning, or like, yeah, midday, whatever, on my balcony, so outside. This was my book for the challenge to read or to finish a book completely outside. And yeah, it was super cute. I really liked it. And as I said in my vlog, I hope that I might get the second one for maybe Christmas or my birthday, maybe, because I got the first one as a gift as well from my best friend. Yeah, it was really adorable. It's more for like small kids, like you don't expect something spectacular, but I just really like cats because I'm a crazy cat lady, so that was absolutely a good book for me. And then the next book I finished is, what's the English title? A Case of Exploding Mangoes by Mohammed Hanif, I believe. And this is the weirdest book I've read this year, I think. It was very enjoyable, but very different from what I usually read. This was my book for the challenge cover buy. So I bought this book because of the cover and the name and because it was so weird. And I love mangoes. And yeah, this is about Pakistan. And it is about this dictator and how he died and who wanted to kill him. Like, he is obsessed with someone wanting to kill him, and this book is kind of like a satire. It's all about all these different people and different things and different animals that wanted to kill him. And he practically dies like 5 to 7 times at the end of the book, and it's even hard to keep track of kind of what is killing him, but it's all at the same time. So you can't say, well, this is what killed him, or this is the person who killed him, or anything like that, because it basically all happens at the same time. I think it's very well done, and if you're into stuff like that, that is just very weird, and it's not funny, but just hilarious, just in a way that it is so weird. I don't know. I enjoyed this. I think I gave this around 4 stars. I don't know right now. Yeah, so this had a total of 344 pages, but the font was very small. So I read this across 3 days. I started it on Wednesday, read 45 pages. On Thursday I read 72 pages, and on Friday I read 222 pages because I really wanted to finish it then. So that was the next book and the next challenge. And then I think what I finished next is Rover Random. Now, Rover Random was my book for the challenge to read 7 books. So I just needed one more. And it's just a tiny little book by J.R.R. Tolkien. And this is basically a story he invented for his children because his son, I believe, left his toy dog, Rover, on a beach. He just lost it. And so Tolkien just told him this story about this little dog that was transformed into a toy by a wizard and that wants to find his way back home. And it's just a super cute story. It's very heartwarming. I just really liked it. I feel like it drags a little. It's maybe a little bit too long, but just the overall idea is just so cute, and I just really like that. So I think I gave this around 4 stars, maybe, I don't know. But it's really cute. So I read 37 pages of that on Saturday, because Saturday I visited my family, so I didn't have time to read. And then I read 91 pages of it on Sunday morning, so it has an overall 128 pages. And I finished it on Sunday, as I said. Then I finished the Butter book, which I've already talked about. And then the last book I've read is Shadow Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is my book for the challenge to read a hyped book. I had this on my shelf for forever, and I managed to read that all on Sunday. So I read 338 pages of it on Sunday because I traveled on the train for a couple of hours, and then I just stayed awake till almost midnight and finished it because I just wanted to do this. And I'm very proud of myself because this is the first readathon I ever did, because usually I have to work or there's other stuff coming up, so I don't have time to read, or I'm just not home on vacation or something. And so this was my first readathon, and I did it, and I just don't know how, but I think I chose very good books. I chose a variety of books, so I wasn't bored at all. I chose some smaller books, but also full-length novels, and then one graphic novel that I still had lying around, because I don't usually read graphic novels like that. So yeah, I had one nonfiction book, I had 3 full-length novels, I had 2 quite short novels, and then 1 graphic novel, which I think is good. So overall, I read 1,692 pages, and I listened to 148 minutes of my audiobook, which is Tipping the Velvet by Sarah Waters, but I didn't mean to finish that or anything. It's just something that I did when I was working somewhere or something like that. So yeah, that was my BooktubeAthon. I hope you watched the vlogs, and I hope they were somewhat enjoyable, or at least bearable. I think I'll have my dinner now, which maybe I'll film a video about that for my cooking channel. I've never had my camera here, so I have all these ideas now of stuff that I could film in my other home here. But yeah, let me know how your BooktubeAthon was. I'm really excited, and maybe someday I will have this chance again to have a week off when there's actually a cool readathon going on. I've also thought about doing the Tome Topple, just because I still have the 7th Game of Thrones book to read from the library, so maybe I will, but probably not. Let's be honest, like, this was a fun experience, but I don't have to do it all over again next week. So yeah, hope you have a great day. If you like this, please leave me a like, and you can also comment down below. You can comment your links for your wrap-up videos. That would be great, because I love watching those. And subscribe if you're new here. I usually don't make book videos, but I do once in a while. And yeah, have a great day. Bye!